Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on Friday, March 18th, 2016, and it's about oh, I think I just missed the launch to the space station actually. It's about 5:15 in the afternoon Eastern time, daylight time. Beautiful day today. And you know, no real mischief around here except they were working on the concrete forms, doing that kind of stuff. I made a run up to the wine store. I did that in the morning. Got to see all the devastation up by the corner house. They had one-lane traffic on Powell Road for a while because of well, I guess the water line people and the gas line people are still digging stuff up there and putting stuff up along the road here.
Helical towers attached to the vehicle detached. The first one separated in about T-minus 35 seconds. And the final one retracting in about T-minus 15 seconds. And again, the Soyuz engines will fire for several seconds till the thrust of the rocket is able to overpower the force of the holding arms, keeping the rocket in place. Very simple, but a very elegant way of keeping the rocket upright on the pad.
Turns out I didn't miss the launch.
Minute and count.
Order sequence initiated.
Auto sequence initiated.
Launch command issued for ignition.
Second arm retracting.
There it goes.
Launch command issued. You can see the engines
lighting the fires.
Ramping up.
Engines at maximum.
Kick the tires, light the fires, strap down and name it.
Standing by.
Liftoff.
And liftoff. Jeff Williams, Alexei Ovchinin, and Oleg Skropochka launching to the International Space Station.
God bless them.
Until the third stage is going to be done.
It's a baby owl in space.
At that point,
well, not in space just yet, I guess.
Will cut off and drop
Hadn't
away.
started to float. The owl is floating. They're weightless. Well, let's go see the fruits of my labors here today. I finally finished up the north bedroom here. Let you see here. That's the first time that curtain's been open, probably in over 25 years. Let's see. Let's see. Thomas was up here in 95. So yeah, but 30 years maybe. Well, 20 years. 20 years anyway. So got it cleaned out a bit, tidied up a bit here. That's my great grandfather's rocking chair on the left, and my great grandmother's rocking chair on the right. I got got the equipment stuff put in the cabinets and slides and things. I showed you that yesterday, and of course the closet is full here, and oh, you can't really tell here. You can see we've had a fair amount of stuff fall down over the that's all happened probably in the last five or 6 years actually. There, that's where the deer like to hang out. Oh look, Joe's using a tripod here. I'm gonna close the door. Yeah, I thought I'd change my style a bit here just for the hell of it. see how it works out. Let's call this segment Adventures in Tooldom. Now, as it transpires, I'm going to read at this funeral tomorrow. And I didn't find out about that till yesterday. I think I mentioned that. Well, my judge buddy sent me he went and did a little reconnaissance work, and he sent me the readings that they're using, which, for one thing, which actually I'm delighted in, that we are doing, we're using the authorized version of the Psalm 23, rather than that horrible thing they've got in the 1979 U.S. Episcopal Book of Common Prayer. Just horrible. But so we're using the Psalm 23, the King James version, which many people know off by heart. A lot of times you're taught it in Sunday school, memorize it. So we're doing that. Okay, and that's fine. That's fine. It's good to know about that. But then he had sent the Romans 8 excerpt, which is verses 14 to 19, verses 34 and 35, and then 37 to 39. Of course, what that does, of course, is it cuts, it cuts all, it eliminates the buildup in Paul's little peroration to, what can possibly separate us? There's nothing will separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus. Okay, well, it reads well in the King James, obviously, and it reads well in the NRSV, obviously, and it reads well in the RSV, which a lot of people prefer the NRSV. But this particular little version I didn't recognize. Well, I knew it wasn't the egregious Good News Bible. And it wasn't the Message. I thought it's got to be the New International Version, which is one I don't have. I mean, I don't want that thing in my house. It's not quite a translation, but neither is it a paraphrase. There are a lot more little errors there where the Greek isn't exact than there are, say, in the NRSV pulls one of those little tricks every now and again for political correctness' sake, but the NIV does it all the time. Anyway, so I was finally able to track down someplace online that I could see. The problem was the format in which it was sent to me. I couldn't effectively copy it onto the word formatting program I use and print it up in the way I like to read it. With my eyes and so forth. And so I thought, okay, well, I can read it this way. It's going to be, I have to be sure and be absolutely sure I don't mess it up. But I was finally able to find the NIV online, and then with some machinations, I was able to print it up in the format in which I like, in which I like to read. When I'm reading in public, I like to, format my stuff in a certain way so that I don't have to make a huge effort to try to, keep my place or focus and that kind of thing. But I got thinking, why? First of all, why are we even using the NIV? And I got thinking, well, Luella probably wrote these funeral instructions down, many, many years ago. When the NIV first came out, St. Peter's bought a bunch of these things for pew Bibles, and then maybe, I guess, when she wrote down her funeral instructions and left them in the church office, she said she liked that and wanted that to be used. So that's one thing I can think would have happened. I mean, I don't think Ed Hunter has a particular love for it one way or the other. Luella herself was using, toward the end, she was using, not the New American Bible. That's god awful. Oh, she was using some other. You know, it was an actual English translation. It was one of the. You know, it's. But it wasn't the one she was using either. So I mean, I can't figure out much more about it than that. I tend to flog this dead horse a lot, I know. Gosh, it's nice in here. I may have to give this bed a test drive here tonight. I don't know. We'll see here. I sent a picture up to Tony Ballman out in Seattle where he's going to be coming over here, stay here a couple nights here next week actually. When he gets into town from Seattle, and before he goes over to Yellow Springs. I don't know. I'm very happy with this. You know, it's a nice room actually. I have a big piece of styrofoam in this window over here to help keep the cold out. You know. Well, anyway. Well, to add a little bit of flour into the pudding on sour, you know, rotten flour maybe, moldy flour, wormy flour. Into the pudding here, Ed Hunter, the husband of the deceased, you know, was taken profoundly septic here yesterday evening and had a temperature of 104, and his blood pressure went down to 70, and he basically collapsed, and so he's in the hospital right now. So I guess the show's going to go on here tomorrow anyway, but I don't know. Hell, maybe we'll have a double header. You don't know. You know, maybe we'll have a twofer. So that's pretty much the news of the day here. Yeah. Well, you know, there's always somebody trying to throw you a curveball. Always somebody. So I'll say bye-bye YouTubers on that one.